Hey, and welcome to another installment of Geek Out Commentary. Hey, it's October, or as Chris likes to call it,
ROCK-tober.
And we're not actually going to be watching any rock films per se, but we are going to be watching horror movies since it's the night where, I always loved autumn's. Oh, by the way, I'm Sam.
I'm Chris. I'm Jake.
And I always loved autumn because
The look on his face is like, oh, shit.
everything starts to get a little spookier in autumn. It starts to get a little cooler. The trees start to look more skeletal as they lose their leaves, and yeah, the moon looks particularly full. RoboCop 2 status.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, autumn has always been my favorite season, and October is really the high point of all that shit. So we're gonna watch some horror movies to kind of celebrate my favorite time of the year.
Sure.
So yeah, we've each picked a horror movie, and it's my pick, and I swear to God, it's better than Megaforce, Waterworld. Would you say it's better than Wild Wild West?
I wouldn't. I mean, I would, but that was just yes. Yeah, it's better.
Yes, absolutely.
My pick. I grew up watching zombie movies as a kid, and when I saw Shaun of the Dead, it hit all those notes. It's a comedy without sacrificing the fact that it's also a pretty hardcore zombie film. Any thoughts, gentlemen? You had seen Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg before in Spaced, right, Chris?
Well, actually, not before. This was my introduction to Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, but I did go back. I found out quickly after that they had done this show Spaced on the BBC, and sorry, they were riffing on the BBC earlier, so it made me giggle. But yeah, so I went back and watched that whole series, and it is genius. And you see a lot of it in this movie because they were fresh off the heels of it. A lot of the cinematography is very similar, except for the fact that they don't really use wide angles all that much in Shaun of the Dead, but they were everywhere in Spaced.
Any thoughts before we go into this one, Jake?
Actually, I had seen some episodes of Spaced because when I used to work at Blockbuster, the district manager used to play episodes before we opened the store. So we'd have, the TVs would be playing it. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I didn't grow up on zombie movies, but I thought the homages to the classic zombie kind of lore and mythos, and the fact that it's just a funny movie. I enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to watching this one again, for sure.
Yep. I mean, this is maybe my favorite romantic comedy.
Yeah, it's
Top tier.
yeah, and it's one of my favorite zombie movies.
So yeah, let's without further ado, Chris, go ahead and set us up.
Yep. All right. So as per usual, let me just let you know which one we're watching. We're watching the standard first issue DVD release. There's no special edition that I know of that you need to worry about. So no matter what version you're watching, you should sync up just fine with ours. We have the video itself started. We've knocked it back so that the counters are all at 0. And I'm going to give a countdown and tell you to hit play. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
That opening music, of course, is from the opening of Dawn of the Dead, which this film borrows takes a lot of inspiration from, and I mean, straight up, that's the source of the title.
Yeah. I think it also sounds reminiscent of The Warriors, but that's just me.
I think they came out the same year.
Totally 80s.
78, in fact.
So yeah, totally 80s.
Chris looked at me like, help me. Dude, I can't help you, man. It's not the 80s.
It's still 80s sounding music, though.
There's an 8 in it.
Yeah.
I got that for you, Chris. How's that work?
Thank
Is that
you.
good? Okay.
Thank you.
The good guys always
Thank
win.
you for coming to my rescue.
Even in the 78s.
God, Simon Pegg looks so young. And he's staring right into my soul.
And yet it doesn't look like a Paul W.S. Anderson. Or, Wes Anderson. Even though it's, like, symmetrical, the camera's moving.
I always love swearing in Brit slang.
Yeah. Dawn.
From the British version of The Office. The Pam analog. Who other than Simon Pegg and Nick Frost shows up in Spaced?
There's a bunch of actors from Spaced in this. It's been a long time since I've watched it, so I won't be able to like point out all of them. But I think,
I wonder how many takes they had to do with the nuts to the face.
right? But I'm pretty sure everyone at that table has been on Spaced at least once.
Go back off to staring into space.
Yeah. Sorry. I really like this song. And I think this is like beautiful, like analogs to, you know, like people in the real world being zombies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no coincidence that we see a lot of these extras very shortly in undead status.
Yeah, there's exact like replicas of most of these shots with zombies instead of normal people. Trailer moment.
Look at the gams on that one.
Yeah. Classic movie scare.
Yeah.
Fun fact: that man is
Peter
the voice
Safrakowic.
is the voice of Darth Maul in the episode 1.
He also calls the Guardians of the Galaxies a-holes in Guardians of the Galaxies.
Yeah. And sadly, spoilers, but
He
does
dies.
not make it.
He dies hard in that
Yeah.
movie.
I mean, it's a good
He's
death,
crushed.
but yeah,
I don't know, it's pretty awful.
I was crushed when he died.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I've incorporated that phrase into my daily life.
They say it at least one more time in this movie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Simon Pegg does.
Yeah.
That's Time Splitters 2, judging by the graphics.
When we saw it in theaters, my dad did not get this joke.
I do love all the callbacks, all the
Yeah.
jokes that show up later.
Because he comes back later as a zombie.
If you think about it, it is a weird thing to say to a kid.
Yeah.
Just like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Just pick it up.
And to be fair, that is a crosswalk. I've always wanted to recreate this shot.
I always wondered how hard this was to recreate. Both.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, but in both this mode and getting it to line up with undead mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they do a really good job of transitioning from inside to outside. As a filmmaker myself, I know that that's rather difficult since the lighting temperature is extremely different. I always just like that. And Zombie Nation plays.
Very appropriate. Angry-eyed Sean. Resting bitch face Sean. Just like Night of the Living Dead, we never really find out. Like, it's alluded to, but we never really find out why everyone goes zombie.
Which I like. I don't like the whole, the military spilled zombie chemical X.
A la Return of the Living Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
That means drunk. For anyone who does know Brit slang.
I did not. Oh, I'm 29. It's blood.
The thing is, those are images they use for the later newscasts.
Played by the wonderful Bill Nye. Not Bill Nye, Bill Nye.
A constant presence in all the Edgar Wright films.
Yep.
Or at least all the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah. And one of the most tear-jerking episodes of Doctor Who.
And Davy Jones in the Pirates
Yeah.
of the Caribbean movie.
Do we want to
And
just go
he's,
over? He's in Underworld.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And
That
Love
part was
Actually.
supposed to be for David Bowie. It was all for David
really?
Bowie. Yeah.
I would have loved that.
I mean, you kind of get a little bit of that
Yeah.
from his performance.
Yeah, I'm okay. Bill Nye
I
did
liked the first one a lot, actually.
Yeah. Everything to panic about.
So I scare birds in the park.
I want to get my mom flowers that say "Pow, Supermom." Oh man, I hate it when people fall asleep on you on mass transit. It's the worst. She is the roommate on Spaced.
Oh, okay.
She lost a lot of weight in between Spaced and this movie, so I didn't recognize her. But I was looking at her IMDb, and I was like, oh my god, that's her. You can definitely tell with the voice.
At what point do you start panicking about world events during the day? You know?
When you are inextricably confronted with them.
Yeah, like your roommate. Oh, British phone tones.
It always makes me think of The Wall.
Yeah, me too.
Because, you know, in that album, they actually called people.
Mhm.
Like, it wasn't, like, pre-recorded. Like, they weren't like, all right, we're going to call you, and then this. They would, like, just straight up call people.
Neat.
I love his reaction here.
That's up there with angry phone call answering techniques with Mr. Mom, Michael Keaton. When the phone's ringing, you going to get that? And he rips it out of the wall.
Yeah.
Nobody there, I guess. And then tosses the phone across the room.
I'm pretty sure the girl that played Diane was like one of Sean's girlfriends, or Simon Pegg's girlfriends in Spaced.
Right.
Did you ever read The Boys, the comic book?
No, I've wanted to.
Simon Pegg he's basically in it. Like, he's a character design for one of the characters.
Oh, nice.
I do like that they have a Beatles poster in the background.
Oh my god, they're British. Of course they have a Beatles poster. That's probably one of my favorite reactions.
You know what else shows up in Simon Pegg movies is Judge Dredd related things. He's a massive Judge Dredd fan.
Oh yeah. Guess I don't know enough Judge Dredd stuff to get it.
2000 AD, the galaxy's greatest magazine, comic book.
Yeah, I've
Everything.
been wanting to get into it. Yeah, why don't
You should, because Judge Dredd is the shit.
why don't you help me get into it?
It can be done.
Like Sam helped me get into Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison's written some Dredd.
Ooh.
I've always wanted to go to England. Never
Me-
been.
Me too.
Sam?
Oh, I've been.
Well, no, I'm saying this is where your cue is to tell us about England.
It's nice. Been there several times.
Oh, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm Sam Stone. I've been to England.
Sorry, your life sucks in comparison.
Ouch.
Open yourself up, bitch.
I feel like that's one of your song lyrics.
Open yourself up.
Bitch.
He's, of course, referencing the orangutan from the Clint Eastwood classic, Every Which Way But Loose.
Sure. I feel like those are references to the at World's End.
Actually, he just referenced the entire plot of the film.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Bloody Mary, which is the first zombie they've... Yeah.
Yeah. I like how they incorporate that. And they do that in
World's End.
In World's End.
Do they do it in Hot Fuzz?
I'm sure they do it somehow.
It's
But
always
I just
very
don't remember.
subtle.
Yeah, I just don't remember what it is.
Looks like he should be in the Eagles.
It's like Roger Waters.
That's something I think I would come up with. The climax of every single Cornetto film, well, the pub, a pub figures prominently. Though I guess at the end of Hot Fuzz they
Yeah,
fight.
not in the
them.
climax, but it is a prominent set piece.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree that the A bar is a prominent set piece of the two others.
Did you like World's End?
I did.
I really didn't like that movie at all.
Maybe I need to watch it again to kind of like appreciate it more because I've only seen it the one time, but I was let down.
Yeah, I loved Hot Fuzz, but
First zombie casualty
Well,
that we see.
yeah.
What if during this commentary the zombie apocalypse broke up and we didn't know until the commentary was over?
That'd be wild.
That would be.
Your dad's got guns, right, Chris?
Yeah.
We're safe.
No, we're white Southerners.
Yeah, your dad's got guns, right, Jake?
Yes.
So we're good. He's just another block over or so.
Yeah.
It's not hip hop, it's electro.
Well timed. Oh, he also plays the guy that steals Simon Pegg's girlfriend away with him, which causes him to get a new apartment, which is the space in Spaced.
The titular space.
Yeah, sure.
Kicks the whole thing into motion.
Mm-hmm. And then pops up here and there throughout the series. Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of Wright films have foreshadowing.
Yeah, I bet in his version of Ant-Man, you would have just had to watch the first act, and you would have been able to piece out the rest of it.
The rest of Phase 3.
Yeah, all the way to the last Avengers movie.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sad that he's not doing Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. Oh,
That's actually a fact.
I feel like this is similar to me and Jake after our birthday.
oh my God, yeah.
No, because they made it into the house.
No. I made it into the house.
I made it into the house before Jake.
Yeah, and they said it's 4 a.m. on a Saturday. I was in bed at 4 a.m. on a Saturday. 30 minutes earlier, I was not. But 4 a.m. on a Saturday, I was in bed.
This
And I
one's
was-
for you, Grant Morrison.
And I was at work the next morning.
Oof. Where's Donnie? I love that transition.
Yeah.
That's how I usually react when I start snoring. Usually frightens me awake. Oh.
That's where it all began, man. Just a simple ice cream that somehow shows up in Hot Fuzz led to a whole trilogy of cornettos.
And each movie has a significant flavor.
Red for the blood of Sean, or just all the blood shed in Sean.
Yeah.
Blue for the police force of Hot Fuzz,
Uh-huh.
and green for the alien threat of World's End.
Even though they have blue blood. Green aliens.
Are they even green?
No. They're predominantly blue. And I think maybe silver when it's like just the robot alien thing. But you barely ever see that.
Pringles. I like Pringles.
Still all one take, by the way.
Brilliant piece of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Since eating his dog.
One of the places that I lived in New York had a actually most of the places I lived in New York had a shop close enough to have done a shot just like that. I love this.
Yeah. And there's your Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Nice little visual effect there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it when they do shit like that.
He's an actual newscaster, too.
Good.
Just imagine, like, Brian Williams delivering that in an American version.
Would have been great.
Simon Pegg's like scared reaction was
That was
kind of like when
that was
Five
like-
Nights at Freddy's.
yeah.
Probably the only true time I've ever actually been terrified like that.
Good call. Yeah.
George
fuck the
Romero
man.
loved this film so much that he gave Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright cameos as zombies in Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
Here comes my favorite part of the movie.
Can't even hit him with a laundry basket.
Yeah, right.
Boo.
Hiss. Although it would be pretty cool to kill a zombie with purple rain.
Yeah.
That's the way to open it.
Nothing can stop the Peg shoulder.
That's right.
Don't stop me now.
Some Casey Jones shit.
Yeah. Cricket? You need to know what a crumpet is before you can understand cricket.
A Jose Canseco pen.
Tell me you didn't pay money for this.
This is one of those instances where like the recurring jokes don't feel grating, right? They're so naturally
Yeah.
incorporated in there. That's some of the action music from Dawn of the Dead.
I tried desperately to recreate this kind of sequence in my zombie movie, except at the time I was a terrible filmmaker and couldn't recreate it at all.
Which is a nice little reference because they never technically say zombies in the first 3 Romero films.
Also, quote unquote, real zombie movies. Why does he always have the medicine cabinet open? Pretty good leg for a zombie.
Yeah.
Just a one-handed shove,
For a second, I forgot that they're on a that the steering wheels are on a different side. So I was like, "Why the hell is he running around to the passenger side?" Fucking Brits.
Fuck a doodle doo. It was like that visual.
That's metal.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a reference to Dawn of the Dead. I know they had a shot like that in the remake.
Yeah.
Oh, cars that still have tape decks.
You know, I love this film, and I understand the purpose of Ed's character, but he really does make the whole thing shittier, as the film goes on. What he's about to do.
Yeah. And attract more zombies.
Sugar-free since 1992. Only a proper wanker takes sugar with their tea.
You're supposed to put milk in the tea first, otherwise you'll scald the milk, and it tastes terrible.
So, I always love that little line. I love that his mom comes back to play Harriet Jones, MP, on Doctor Who.
On Doctor Who.
Oh, totally, Doctor Who.
I like that shiny blade.
Fucking Ed. Fucking Ed.
Right? What a piece of shit.
Yeah. What a real piece of shit.
Just
on
like Jake.
BBC America.
On BBC. Oh, and there's having a bite at the king's head. Ew, bloody.
Bloody King's Head.
It's so weird when Brits use miles.
Yeah, where's your KM?
He could have just asked. I did have a shot like that in my zombie movie. And this would be the couple at the Little Princess.
Really? Because they're not that mobile. Honestly, Liz's apartment would have been the best
Yeah.
place to hole up.
I like how all three of them have different names for her.
Another good thing about Wright Films is his soundtracks are so on point.
You mean unlike Expendables 3?
The use of the congos.
Bill Nye.
Is that the Misfits in the background?
No, it sounds more rockabilly.
Oh, I
think it is.
Danzig is Evil Elvis.
I know, but
I can't.
Like-
I can't even really hear what it was.
yeah.
Or not loaded.
Honest to God, just let the zombies eat Ed. He is my least favorite character in the whole film. I would rather hang out with Peter than Ed.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
I mean, he's just so... He's not only inept, but he's, I don't know. Even like in the face of crisis, he's just so out of it.
And later, his cell phone is the thing that fucks them over
Well,
a little bit.
that in the arcade game.
Yeah, too.
About to get a glorious Martin Freeman appearance.
Yeah, this has always been one of my preferred, or one of my favorite little sequences in the movie when they meet the other gang.
Roger Waters.
No more. Trying to think if we ever see the coccycidal. No, we see coccycidal maniac.
Don and Tim reunited.
And it feels so good.
I was very upset that I couldn't find a reaction GIF online of that, so I made my own.
Hold on.
Yeah. And I love the references to this that they make in each movie. Like even at the point of at the world's end, I didn't think that it had gotten stale. Where they were just doing it because they had to do it.
Yeah. It felt it was. That's I mean, even like I said, even the most repeated done to death jokes are just incorporated so naturally in these films. Is that Colin Mockery?
Totally.
Discount Colin Mockery, which is to say, pretty cheap. I mean, I love Colin Mockery. Don't get me wrong, but I can't imagine I can't imagine that he's very expensive.
One love.
You stupid git.
It's all I can see is Colin.
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it now?
The points do matter, bitch.
I was trying to fight the zombies.
I reference this bit quite a lot. At some point, you just kind of got to give up the ghost, right?
I've never heard that phrase before. Give up the ghost?
I got nothing. Sam, you're insane.
Google it.
You Google it and it just says Sam's insane.
Sam Stone original. Well, it did come up in the suggested search results. Oh, apparently it's from the King James Version of the Bible. It means to cease clinging to life or to die.
It can also mean to quit.
Yeah, that's the second definition. If you would give me 2 seconds.
Well, you still can do the third.
Sam is insane?
To cede a commitment to or identification with.
I do love that The Walking Dead suggests that zombies can tell who's alive and who's dead based on scent.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the "will stagger back here," here being the Winchester.
From the foreshadowing bit.
Yeah. Of course, the necessary hand up at the chest zombie. Oh yeah, that was the cockadoodle. What?
Coccicidal maniac.
Coccicidal maniac. Cockadoodle.
There's also those weird biker twins.
Yeah.
There they are.
Hey, it's Keenan. Keenan Thompson from All That.
Currently of SNL fame.
Yeah. Fame.
He's been
More
on the
like-
regular
He's
cast
been on it
a
for
while.
like over. It's got to be close to a decade.
Yeah, he's
I'm
been
just saying.
He's not the most not the most famous person on the
But
cast.
but there was Good Burger.
I love
I
this.
saw that on my birthday.
I might have saw it on my birthday as well.
Same theater, guys.
I think it was me and my brother and like maybe 2 other people.
You cock.
No. This is a British movie. You say you can't.
Cock it.
We're gonna cock it up, you proper
You-
cunt.
You
You
proper
tit.
wanker.
Yeah. Ah. We're here to party.
Gotta have a party.
Yeah. Kiss zombie. Zombie kiss, I mean.
I'm sure it's been done.
I've never seen it. I'm sure
Do
it has.
the right thing.
I caught the reference, Chris.
Thank you. Should have been like, that's the wrong thing or something like that.
Wasn't a Spike Lee joint.
A Michael Scott joint. Great Scott!
I won't be long. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I will be long, yeah. Nice. Zombie kiss.
Ace Frehley's still looking less than enthused.
Rock and roll. Peter Criss's album is the exact same sounding as Zombie Peter Criss.
So dead inside. High five myself on
I
that
saw Sam. You finally saw the Peter Criss review.
I did.
Oh
yeah.
man,
You know, I have to admit, if I could move anywhere out of the country, it'd probably be the UK.
me too. Even though I've never been there, but me too.
Fair enough.
I was about to say, I'd like to go to Ireland, and then I was like, oh, right. Yeah, no. Yeah, so UK.
Anarchy in the UK.
Yeah.
Sam Stone in the UK.
Woody Harrelson in the UK.
Maximum Harrelson.
Maximum Harrelson.
In the UK.
Yeah.
I like how Paul Stanley's star eye is popping out of this zombie kiss. Hey, ain't nothing more romantic than survival.
I feel like she always plays that role, both here and like Doctor Who. Kind of very absent-minded.
Yeah, definitely not all there.
The most badass catch in history.
Oh, notoriously.
Oh. Still haven't watched that.
It's good stuff.
Referring to Hilarious by Louis C.K. Available on Netflix.
I was telling somebody about the driving to your favorite way to a location.
That's from Live at the Beacon Theater, also by Louis C.K.
Well played, Sam.
I think I have that DVD in my car trunk right now.
It belongs in a museum.
Collecting dust!
Yeah, right there next to the sequel, Any Which Way You Can. I mean, clearly the power's on.
The phone.
Get fucked!
The phones
Four
are
eyes.
working. Don't you realize, you little cunt? You flipped the switch on, you little cunt. Just think of Blue Meanie. And tear him to little pieces. Best vocal performance ever.
Blue.
Glove. I think he also played George in the movie. And then Ringo, because one of them was
halfway through.
Yeah, one of them was a deserter from World War II, who was voicing one of the Beatles. I can't remember. It was either George or Ringo.
George.
And then he stepped in and did that Beatle as well. Again, the greatest vocal performance of all time.
Blue Meanie inspired Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah. Nothing on MTV anyway. Oh!
Privet?
Pirate? There's that episode of It's Always Sunny where Charlie reads it as pirate,
Oh,
so he thinks there's a pirate behind.
Denim Chicken.
Fucking Ed, man. Fucking Ed. It's like, do you not get... But, okay, now we're fucked. Proper fucked, in fact.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite Queen songs.
I feel like I always enjoyed it, but it was this film that really made me love Don't Stop Me Now.
There's a very good chance that the same thing happened to me.
The famous rumor, whether it's true or not, is that Brian May hated this song. For a couple reasons. One of them is there's really not much guitar. There is a version with guitar in it, and it doesn't work at all, like throughout the entire song. Great solo. Also, Brian May talks about this is when they really realized that they couldn't get a hold on Freddie May. What? Freddie May? Brian Mercury? Freddie Mercury, because he basically was saying in the song, I'm just going to live life to the fullest, do whatever I want.
I want to make a supersonic man out of you.
I do love that they're hitting him in time.
Yeah.
Although we know the best like BBC British related thing of this ever is Blackpool with David Morrissey.
It is pretty good. Ah, the trophy wife.
Right before the guitar solo.
I know.
So Brian May must have been really pissed.
Yeah. He was like, fuck this movie. Not only does it function, but it was loaded.
Yeah. It's not deactivated after all. Just got a dart in his head.
Ugh.
Makes you think of Deer Hunter. What Sean's wearing right now.
Yeah.
The Christopher Walken look,
Yeah.
which may have been intentional.
They definitely want to come in. Were you more of a Dawn or a Pam?
Pam's the stronger character because she
Yeah.
probably because she has more seasons to
Well, yeah, she,
develop. Remember, Dawn actually marries Lee, I believe.
Do they ever? I don't know if they ever get married.
When
I mean, they move away.
Yeah, to Florida.
Flo Rida?
They're flocking this way.
Oh, Zolly shot.
They're Brits. They don't really.
It's like Batman trying to fire the
Yeah.
gun at Dark Knight Returns.
That being said, he can just kind of walk up and let him have it in point blank.
Ah, references to when they were playing the game. Oh, and this is Bang back at the bar for shots. The end of the foreshadowing. How do you activate this thing?
This was always a rather hard scene to watch. If you think about it, Sean does learn how to sort his life out because of all this, but at the sheer cost of it. Like, he finds out that he reconciles with his stepfather as his stepfather dies, and he loses his mom, and he loses his best friend. Spoilers. Nobody really cares about Peter. Or, what's his name? His, Pete. Of course, Barbara is the name of the main female character. Barbara's the name of the main female character in Night of the Living Dead,
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
which Ed shouts on the phone before they leave. Yeah.
Nice sound effect. Yeah, seriously, way to be a grade A cunt.
Proper cunt.
On BBC One. Followed by... Sam was going to continue, but then he got sucked into the movie again.
Love this film, man. It's my pick. I would argue it's right up there with it's the best movie I've picked so far.
I would agree with that.
I feel like they always forget that there's like fucking zombies like banging on the windows.
Clearly he did.
Like,
And this is a throwback to Day of the Dead, the way he dies.
oh yeah.
Although the guy in Day of the Dead yells, "I hope you choke on it."
Yeah, choke on it.
Choke on it!
Yeah. Day of the Dead probably being the most gory of the Romero films.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be yelling choke on it now.
Yeah. According to the special features, she actually survives.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She manages to fight her way through the crowd because the majority of the zombies are pouring into the Winchester.
Oh.
Or occupied eating David. there it is, times 2.
Good.
Good riddance.
Best shot in the movie. Kenan Thompson's still living. Or, well, dead. but
Undead.
still kicking.
Unliving.
Whiskey.
Oh, boy, the daddy-o, it's whiskey in the jar. That's my Metallica rendition. Do you know the
There weren't enough.
Yeah. You know the electronic store earlier in the film was an actual electronic store?
I mean, it makes sense.
And there's
Oh, shit.
Coccicidal Maniac. The end of the Coccicidal Maniac. I hope she's listed in the credits as Coccicidal Maniac.
Betcha she is. I think she's listed as the spinster here. I wasn't able to find Coccicidal Maniac.
Ah, bollocks. Fag is a cigarette, of course. I always thought this was kind of like a cool post-apocalyptic. It kind of reminds me of like Escape from New York in a sense.
At least he finally realizes.
I mean, everyone kind of hits their epiphany over the course of the adventure. You know, Sean's stepdad's able to articulate his love for his son, and his mom's able to be, finally meet his girlfriend and be like, oh, I'm always proud of you, Sean. And even David is like, fuck it. And then it gets ripped to pieces.
It's the most heartbreaking Rain Man fart of all time.
Level 2.
Honestly, the movie could have ended here and it would have been just as good. I mean, I like the...
And then just, like, cut to black credits.
Yeah. Like, we never know what happens to them.
I would have been fine with that.
But, I mean, I do love the ending. I'm just saying this would have been a perfectly satisfactory ending, too. Though it does kind of present the point that facing Romero zombies, a coordinated military there wouldn't be a total zombie apocalypse facing Romero zombies, probably. At some point, the military would just be like, yeah, fuck this.
Well, the problem with Romero zombies, unlike a lot of other zombies, is that no matter what, everyone becomes a zombie.
Oh, yeah.
When you die, you just become a zombie.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not necessarily a disease that's transferred.
Well, I mean, The Walking Dead in season 2 is like reveals that everybody has the potential. Like they've got some sort of contagion.
Yeah, they start to realize like there's no bullet wounds, on some of the zombies,
Mm-hmm.
and like they are the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead is people.
Yep. And then,
Just like Soylent Green.
Spoilers.
not to be a spoiler for the comic book in Walking Dead, but supposedly the latest episode, I think it's hinted at that they might be able to speak.
That wasn't originally for the film. That was just them talking to him afterwards.
That's so great.
On BBC America. Good, because fuck 28 Days Later.
Wait, you don't like 28 Days Later?
Nah, I don't like virus zombies. I like supernatural zombies.
You really get the feeling that Edgar Wright loves Queen. Like everybody.
Everyone should.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Written by John Deacon
And Bill Finger.
and Bill Finger. But I mean,
for me, that's both the highlight of the Cornetto trilogy and one of, if not my favorite zombie films of all time. Right up there with, Dawn of the Dead and really just Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts now that you guys have revisited the film?
I watched a lot more zombie-related things since the last time I've seen the movie, so I was able to appreciate it a little more. I've always enjoyed the movie, and the camera work, and just Edgar Wright in general. I enjoyed it. And I like Simon Pegg a lot.
Would you call this the highlight of the...
Well, you know me and Teetold, so I got to go with Hot Fuzz.
And then Chris with P-bras would...
P-bras?
P-bras. I mean, if you got T-Dalt, I got P-bras. No, I mean, this is the highlight of the Cornetto trilogy for sure. And it is, yeah, I would have to agree with you. It's up there as probably one of the best zombie movies ever made. This is actually, right now, I'm in a phase where I'm kind of like over the whole zombie thing, you know?
Because they are everywhere. I mean, we're about to see season 5 of The Walking Dead premiere.
Yeah, actually, The Walking Dead is probably the thing that really caused me to start being like over zombies. I got about halfway through the first season and I was like, eh. And like I haven't really picked up anything like really zombie-ish since then.
That's interesting because the first season is, for me, far and away the best season.
I don't know. I think with me, like when I think zombies, I want like, you know, an action horror, not a horror drama. And that's what The Walking Dead is. It's what happens to people after the zombie apocalypse. I want during the zombie apocalypse. I want to see the outbreak, you know? Like Day of the Dead is about as close to zombie drama as I want to get.
Where they've been around for months at that point.
Yeah. But you're still but you know, there's still I don't know. I've been meaning to give Walking Dead another chance because, like, I at the very least, like the little snippets that I hear every once in a while, I'm like, oh, well, that sounds interesting, you know. And like, I'm kind of intrigued with like the governor character, like, you know.
Jake can tell you all about the governor.
That's right,
the governor.
But
like even being kind of done with zombies, I can still sit back and watch this movie and love it. And I could probably do the same thing with Dawn of the Dead.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. So, that was my pick for October ROCK-tober Horror Month. Next up, I think we'll have either Chris or Jake's pick, and
makes sense.
Yeah, should be good.
One of the two.
Maybe both. Not at once. But, yeah. So, thanks for watching one of my favorites, guys.
It's a good one. It's fun to watch a really great, after a universally loved movie.
91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's good, man.
Yeah. But, so tune in next week for another horror flick. Probably a little less comedy if what I think you guys are going to pick we end up watching. But, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Still be a damn good ride. So, yeah. See you guys on the flip side.
All
Toodles.
Right. See you.